Hi everyone, my name is Alex. In this tutorial, I will teach you how to launch and land Starship and Super Heavy. Furthermore, you will also learn how to install the required mods, get the Starship and Super Heavy crafts, and land on the moon along with a safe return. I am currently running version 1.9, but the mods will work for 1.11.1 as well. First things first, we need to install Tundra Exploration, Textures Unlimited, MechJeb 2, and FMRS. If you want to install the mods manually, you must include the respective dependencies which the developers listed on their forum pages. However, we will be using CCAN to install our mods. CCAN is a free program that automatically installs mods for you with little possibility of corruption, facilitating your modding experience. To utilize CCAN, click the first link in the video description. The link will take you to a GitHub page, so scroll down and download the ccan.exe file. Open the file, and you'll be greeted with a window asking you to select a KSP instance. CCAN needs to know what folder it will install mods to, so click the New KSP Instance button and select Add Instance to CCAN. From here, navigate to your KSP directory and select the build ID64 file. Then press Open. Click on the new instance you just created and press Select. From here, CCAN will show you a few pop-up boxes. Click Yes for all of them. CCAN is not malicious and it will only do what you tell it to do. Once you finish approving CCAN to install mods to your computer and check for updates, maximize the window so you can see all of the program's GUIs. In the top left corner, click on Settings and select Compatible KSP versions. Select 1.11 through 1.5 and press Accept. First, let's install the mod that gives us all the Starship parts. Go to the search bar and type Tundra Exploration. Click the box to the left of the mod's name and return to the search bar. Type FMRS and select the box to the left of the mod. Return to the search bar again and type MechJeb 2. Select the box next to it and return to the search bar yet again. Type Textures Unlimited, then check the box. Now, click the green checkmark at the top of the window to apply changes. CCAN needs to install various other mods to satisfy the main mod's dependencies, so click Apply to continue. CCAN will also ask you if you want to include a few recommended mods, so we will go ahead and include them too. Once finished, you have successfully installed all the required mods. Note that when you first load into the game, you'll see a few pop-ups. For click-through blocker focus settings, click Focus Follows Click, and then click Accept. For toolbar controller, click Hide this window at startup. Now we are going to install the craft files. Navigate to Kerbal Space Program /ships/VAB. Select Gehora MK4 Crew and press Copy. Next, navigate to Kerbal Space Program /saves/whatever you called your save /ships/VAB. Then, paste the craft into the folder. Next, we need to increase the power of Super Heavy's reaction wheel so it can turn around and boost back to the KSC. Navigate to Kerbal Space Program /game data /tundra exploration /parts /gehora 3 /te219 sh interstage.config. Then, open the part file with Notepad or something similar. Press Ctrl and F, then type torque. Scroll through the highlighted words until you see 3 lines of code saying pitch torque, yaw torque, and roll torque. Change the pitch torque and yaw torque from 75 to 15,000 and change the roll torque to 100. Lastly, save the file and restart your game if you already have it open. Then, load Gehora MK4 Crew into the VAB and place a few RTGs in the engine bay. We do this so Starship doesn't run out of power. Starship is not fully fueled by default, so fuel Starship up to its maximum capacity. Next, load Starship onto the pad. Ensure FMRS is armed by pressing the FMRS icon. Click the MechJeb 2 icon at the top right of your screen and click Landing Guidance. Deselect everything and set your touchdown speed to 5 meters per second. Now, launch Starship. After lifting off, roll Starship by using Q and E to align the flaps so they are parallel to the ground. Doing this increases aerodynamic stability during ascent. Use the W and S keys to control the pitch. To increase fuel savings, I recommend throttling down until your thrust to weight ratio is around 1.5. We need to pitch over 45 degrees by 30 kilometers for our ascent path, so adjust your pitch over rate accordingly. Our ascent path is so inefficient because we need to ensure Super Heavy has the least amount of horizontal velocity as possible. After passing through 20 kilometers, you can throttle back up to full power. Once you hit the 45 degrees by 30 kilometers mark, hold it there until your apoapsis hits 75 kilometers. Shut off the engines and separate Starship from Super Heavy. Immediately pitch over to 90 degrees, press the 2 key to deactivate the atmospheric engines, and continue burning until your apoapsis reaches around 100 kilometers. Once your apoapsis hits 100 kilometers, shut down the engines and coast up to T-minus 20 seconds from apoapsis. Burn prograde until your apoapsis and periapsis are at around 100 kilometers. In the FMRS GUI, press the box that says Gedhora Mk4 Cruise Ship. FMRS will teleport you back to when you separated the two crafts. In MechJeb2's landing guidance GUI, click the Set button next to the KSP pad, and then click the Land at Target button. As the boostback burn begins to throttle down, press the 1 key to turn off the outer engines. Then, press the B key to deploy the grid fins. After landing, press the Jump Back to Main Mission button and close the GUI. Now that we are in a stable parking orbit, we need to create a maneuver node to reach the moon. Head over to the map screen and create a maneuver node along your orbit. Drag the prograde marker until the new trajectory crosses into the moon's orbit. Drag the node to change the timing of your maneuver. We want our moon periapsis to be 30 kilometers and as equatorial as possible. You can change the inclination with the normal and anti-normal vectors. After you find the right trajectory, exit the map view and lock your heading onto the maneuver. To make the burn as accurate as possible, we want to start the burn before we reach the node. Take the total burn time, which is 57 seconds for us, and divide it by 2. That gives us a quotient of 28.5 seconds, so we need to start our burn at T-minus 28.5 seconds from the node. As you get close to ending the burn, throttle down and fine-tune your moon periapsis in the map view. Once we enter the moon's sphere of influence, we need to create a maneuver node at our periapsis. Drag the retrograde marker until you have a mostly circular orbit. As before, start your burn before you reach your node by dividing the burn time in half. Choose any flat landing site and deorbit from the other side of the moon. We deorbit from the other side of the moon just in case we start our landing burn too late, so we can pitch up Starship to prevent us from colliding with the surface. For our ascent, we will take off and immediately pitch over 90 degrees to the east. Change this ascent profile if there are mountains or ridges in your way. Continue burning until your apoapsis is 10 kilometers. Shut down your engines and warp to T-minus 5 seconds from apoapsis. circularize at a 10-kilometer orbit. Go into the map screen and create another maneuver node. Drag the prograde marker until your apoapsis is outside the moon's sphere of influence. Drag the maneuver along your orbit until your curb and periapsis is around 40 kilometers. Use the normal and anti-normal vectors to achieve an equatorial approach to Kerbin. Doing this makes it significantly easier to land at the KSC. Once you find the correct trajectory, perform the burn. Make sure to divide the burn by 2 and start your burn early. We will perform an aerobraking maneuver to lower our curb and apoapsis. Point radially out and use the 5 and 6 keys to deploy the flaps. Turn on RCS and watch your apoapsis. If your apoapsis isn't decreasing fast enough, increase your angle of attack. If your apoapsis is decreasing too fast, decrease your angle of attack or point prograde if necessary. Try to get your apoapsis around 100 to 300 kilometers. After you've completed the airbrake pass, insert yourself into a circular orbit by burning prograde at apoapsis. Next, once you're over the middle of the desert, deorbit yourself and let the blue line of your trajectory fall directly over the KSC as shown. Press the 3 and 2 keys to deactivate the vacuum engines and to activate the sea level engines. Choose an angle of attack of about 15 degrees and lower or raise it if the blue line strays too far ahead or too far behind the KSC. Once you start to hit 20 kilometers, you'll notice how Starship begins to produce a significant amount of lift, allowing us to coast to our desired landing site. Pitch forward to go forward and backward to go backward. I will be landing at a landing zone to show off my epic gamer skills, but you can land wherever you want to get practice. At about 600 meters, lock retrograde and begin the landing burn. Make sure to press 5 and 6 to retract the flaps so Starship remains aerodynamically stable. Flying Starship isn't easy, and it requires a lot of practice, so don't get discouraged if it takes you a while to achieve success. If you need any help whatsoever, please do not hesitate to DM me on Discord or Reddit in the comments. As of January 2021, I had the time to read every single comment and DM. The link to my Discord server and my mod list will be in the description. If there is something I wasn't clear on, please tell me in the comments. I try my hardest to produce the best tutorials I can to facilitate your experience playing Kerbal Space Program, so all constructive criticism is welcome. Due to my monetary supporters' generous support, I've upgraded my microphone. Thanks to them, I am no longer using a toaster as a microphone. All jokes aside, thank you so much for watching.